You don't see many of those around. Everybody join and do national service. Reviews are biased. Would you believe? And bars, flipped over the bars, spun up in the air and landed on my neck.
Oh, you're going to have to move that. I think we should put it on this side.
It's that dog again. Where's that ball, BB? You can tell it's just rain, there's so many snails around. Just to give you an idea of how big it is. They're big. I tend to move them, put them somewhere out the way. There's loads, because it's been so wet.
I'm just going to photograph him.
There's an epidemic of, oh, there'll be another one. So if somebody wanted to photograph it, if I moved it. There'll be another one in a minute. Yeah, because it's so wet this summer, or this spring, there's slugs and snails everywhere all the time. Normally they'd be hidden away because it was so dry. But we're having a very wet spring, early summer. I'm sort of hoping it's going to dry up soon. My event, the Surly 100, actually comes round here, comes back down through where we've just walked up. But we're out today just doing a short walk because I've got a bit of a chest infection, so I'm not cycling just for a few days and then hopefully shift it. Can't beat a walk in the fresh air in the countryside. Some of you may know I recently purchased a new camera because I've lost, well, I had all the ups and downs of losing a GoPro and then finding it again a week later, or somebody else finding it. And in the meantime I bought a new camera, which is I'm filming on now, the Insta360 Ace Pro, which is a bit like a GoPro but better. Video quality is really good, as you can probably tell. It's 4K, well, it films up to 8K. But I also bought a bit of feedback. I've watched lots and lots of reviews, loads of them, all positive. I also bought the remote that goes with it, and initially thought this is good. You put it on your wrist like a watch, and it's got a little mini screen on it, which I probably showed you in one video or other. And haven't got it today because it's a pain in the neck, and none of the videos tell you how bad it is, because either they're sponsored or sent freebies, so I tend to feel that a lot of these reviews are biased. Would you believe? Anyway, this one isn't. So yeah, when you put the watch on your wrist with the camera turned off, and we went walking the other day, my camera was turned off in my bag, and little did I know, because what you're supposed to do is have the watch on but in sleep mode. So you have a watch screen, it shows the time, it's got a compass on it, so you can use it without having the camera on. And what I'd done is brush, because it's got a touch screen, very, very sensitive touch screen, I must have brushed something, turned the camera on, in my bag and not known. And then later on I came to, got the camera out to film, and it was flat because it had been running for 40 minutes in my bag without me knowing. So, not impressed with it. And I tried to find a way of turning off. I don't know how you stop it from doing that, but I can't find any settings to do it. And the other thing I noticed is it will change your, you might be doing something. I mean, how many times do you brush your arm when you're doing stuff during the day, or when you're doing walking, or in or out of your pocket? And I've obviously touched the setting, and I changed the, this is another occasion, I changed the setting completely different to what I thought it was on. Press the film button and it filmed stuff in a different setting. And I also noticed it had changed to photo mode. So I pressed it and it took a photo instead. I thought it was going to be a video. So it's very, very sensitive to touch, and which is really quite annoying. So, not impressed. It does work, it works too well, because it's very, very sensitive to the touch. So you can turn it on and turn the camera on without realising it. So I've left it at home. I did contact Insta360 and they did offer me a refund, send it back, but it was like £40 to return it. So I've kept, it's only £189 to buy, so I've kept it for now. And I'll just think about what I can do with it, or whether I sell it. But we'll see. So just the camera today, which is a lot better. Just use the camera by itself and it works really, really well. I mean, it's an impressive camera. The low light, as you can probably tell, it's quite dark in here now, but you'd never know. You know, I'm in the shade, and the camera works really, really well, and the stabilisation's really good, unlike the poor old GoPro. Be interesting to see what the new GoPro 13's like when it comes out. Last year we sort of went through this process of, oh, what's the 12 going to be like? Is it going to have a bigger sensor? Is it going to solve the... Oh look, there's another one. There's another. Hello mate, there's a biggie. Yeah, they're everywhere. Roman snails. In the Cotswolds, you get a lot of Roman snails in the Cotswolds. Yeah, there's one to photo. Yeah, you get a lot of Roman snails. Some massive ones in Crammer Woods, much bigger than that. Photo session, photo opportunity. But yeah, that's just a bit of real world feedback on the remote. I wouldn't get one. You can use your phone, which is a lot better. It works exactly the same Bluetooth. You just Bluetooth this camera to your phone. The screen's bigger. Obviously you can't strap it to your wrist, but you can certainly operate the camera from a distance with your phone. So I'm probably going to end up doing that. A lot better. Anyway, let's mosey on with this walk. Beautiful day. It's Bank Holiday Monday, and we were tempted. The cheese roll's on today, and we were sort of tempted to go up there. The BBC's there filming it live. I mean, there's going to be a serious amount of people there watching. It's getting more. It's supposed to be. They were trying to quieten it down and ban it a few years ago, and now it's got BBC live coverage, so it's only going to get bigger. And but yeah, and there's other things on as well. But we thought, oh, the tall ships are on in the Gloucester docks. But we thought, rather than go to where the crowds are, we'll head off for a walk. So we parked up near the next to the Colesbourne Inn, which we'll pop into on the way back. And got a bit of food with us and coffee. So we've come out for a walk to get away with it from it all. Yeah, the cheese roll. You've probably seen it on TV. If you haven't, it will be all over the news, on TV news later, bound to be. And when you look at it, just have a thought. I rode down that. Me and my son-in-law rode down it. I've had two goes. I had a go years ago when I first got my rally mountain bike. I'd been up the Lake District for a week or 2 weeks, full of confidence. Oh, I can ride anything. It was a Rally Avanti, and I'll put a picture of it. And I was at the top of the hill, and my wife
0.74 miles.
and actually Smokestone, because he was alive then, his wife were at the bottom of the hill with a camera, and there's a picture of me somewhere. But anyway, so I was at the top of the hill, and it had just rained, and so the grass was nice and slippery, and off I went. There was a woman stood next to me on the top. There's no one else there, it was just me and this woman and her little child, and the little child was saying, "Is she going to ride off there, mummy?" And of course, that's, once someone says that, that's it, isn't it? It's red rag to a bull. Oh yeah, I'll go. And so off I went. I didn't get far at all. I just went straight off the bars, over the bars. The bike accelerated to warp speed in seconds, and I just tumbled a quarter of the way down. Seemed like forever, but just only a quarter of the way down. Bashed myself around a bit, lots of grass stains, and that was that. Anyway, years later, because it's always been on my mind to do it again, and then of course we had big, full, long travel bikes, full suspension bikes, and myself and my son-in-law, we thought, I know what we'll do, we'll ride down it when the cheese rolls on. So we'll turn up at the cheese roll, push our way through and ride down the middle, get on TV, blah blah blah. But we thought, we better, before we do, we'll have a bit of a recce, because I'm sure there's a way down it that where you don't crash. So we went to look at it, got to the top and thought, sorry, let's just ride down it again, let's just try it out. Off we went, and within milliseconds, don't forget, I used to race downhill, but I'm not, actually this is when I was in my, I've been 45, something like that, maybe 50, no, about 45. Anyway, went off the top, accelerated 300 miles an hour quite quickly, and because it's steps, because that hill is all steps, because people run up and down it all the time, you don't really touch the ground, so you put the brakes on and nothing happens. So he was in front of me, and he's a better downhiller than I am. He's way better than me, and he looked well out of control, and I clearly was out of control, and he shot off to the left. I lost it. He went off about halfway down, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And then I'm not sure if you can see it when you watch the event there, but there's from the top, if you look from the top down, there's a patch on the right by the woods where it's deep grass, some sheltered grass, and it's longer grass. Anyway, I ended up going into that, and in the grass it's a dip, and you can't see it. Anyway, I got 3/4 of the way down thinking, I've done it, sense of relief, and went into this dip, and the compression, I just crossed up the handlebars, flipped over the bars, spun up in the air and landed on my neck, and I heard this crack, and I thought, oh my god. My first thought was wheelchair. Oh my god, I'm in a wheelchair for life, that's it. I couldn't breathe, could just about get a little bit of air, and I sat there thinking, I was sat up, and I was trying to get a breath, and I'm thinking, I've winded myself. I'll just sit here and stay calm. And my son-in-law came over, and he was like just looking slightly worried, and he immediately phoned my daughter, and not sure why he didn't phone an ambulance, but anyway, phoned my daughter. Anyway, I'm sat there trying to get my breath. I could not get a breath. Anyway, my daughter turned up, took me to hospital, still couldn't get a breath properly. They took me into A&E. I was taken in straight away, and I think I must have settled down. They sorted me out. I think I'd collapsed a lung, but it must have sorted itself over a period of time. But because I broke 6 ribs, broke my wrist, and anyway, I was there lying on my bed. My granddaughter was at the end of the bed, and the nurse went, "And who's this?" I said, "That's my granddaughter." "And what were you doing?" "Riding down the cheese roll." "You're a grandfather? What? Have you got no sense? So your grandfather riding down the cheese roll?" Anyway, so I had the mickey taken out of me for quite a while, and that was that really. Got sent home. My ribs are still, every time I've had my chest x-rayed for various reasons, they always say, "What the hell is going on with your ribs?" Because they were a real mess on my right hand side, because they weren't put back, they were just left to settle. they're not in the correct position, and where one side is slightly deformed to the other. But anyway, survived. But yeah, it makes me think, every time I watch that cheese roll on the news, I always think of that. Sorry, it's a bit of a long-winded explanation. Anyway, where are they? There they are. I better make sure I'm on the right route. Right, catch you in a bit. Past this, my Surly 100 route goes that way. But we always pass this cottage, and I always think I'll get a photograph of it one day. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? This tiny little cottage in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, it must be. Yeah, some gates used. Lovely, isn't it? Tiny little place. Yeah.
Oh, there's a light there.
Yeah. Lovely. That would be peaceful. Although cold and drafty, I imagine. There's no double glazing, all the wind, or you see all the condensation on the inside. A lovely little place. The old blackbird singing away. Came up here a couple of weeks ago, but it looks like they've sprayed the field. It's full of skylarks, so I'm guessing they've sprayed the skylark nests, which is a bit naughty. They sprayed the field and killed the grass. Not good, is it? Okay, the skylarks chirping away. This is Upper Cobberley, and it's raining. Supposed to get little showers, but I don't know if we're going to get much. Lovely. Shab Hill up there, with that Masters. Up by the air balloon, you see the traffic on the top road. That's the road to Swindon, I think. See all the shine, the light. Probably can't. Over there. Amazing what you can see. So the new 417 bypass is where the dirt is. That little patch of earth. Sheila's just seen a hare. Cool, you don't see many of those around.
Big hare.
Huh. It's hidden now. They crouch down, don't they?
Yeah.
Very far away then, did it go? Or you just
Yeah,
ran?
he's just, I don't know if he's just there.
I don't see it.
Gone.
Harold Hare.
He's just out of his head. He's down there.
Down there somewhere. Anyway. So we just missed the big hare. Great big floppy ears. It's a shame we never caught him on film. It's just lying in the grass and ran off. I just thought I'd mention that I've just put a video out now in the last night, and it's a series about bicycles and all the terminology. Basically like an idiot's guide to the bicycle. So if you don't know anything about it, it will tell you all the different names of all the different components. So that's quite good. It's quite a nice series to do. And then I will be doing some more ride videos. Just need to get rid of this chesty cough, and then get back to getting out bike packing. I'm desperate. I've just been concentrating on this event for so long, riding the route. I've ridden it 3 times. Each time I've had to tweak it, and I need to ride it once more just to make sure it's rideable in one section, and then actually then I can log the route and then share it to everybody who's entered the week before. I've got about 2 weeks to go before the event shuts, the entries shut. So if you are thinking of doing it, if you see this video and you're interested in a bit of bike packing, you've got a tent and a bit of basic kit, and you fancy coming along, it's £75 to enter. I know it might sound a lot, but that includes 2 nights camping and food for Friday night, Friday morning, no, Friday night, Saturday morning. What am I talking about? Saturday night and Sunday morning. Saturday night, Sunday morning. And so there'll be plenty of food for Saturday night and a big hearty breakfast on the Sunday morning. Then off you go and ride the last 50 miles, which is a relatively simple, easy day, the second day, back to Gloucester Docks where it starts and finishes. Yeah, so get yourself entered. I'll put a link in the description to it if you want to have a go. And it's going to be an annual event. I've already planned next year's event. It's going to be slightly different, but it'll be along the same lines as a campsite halfway with food. So basically it's just an adventure, but you haven't got to worry about where you're going to camp, because very often or not, especially if you're going out with a big group, it's quite hard to find a spot to camp. But, God, I must say this is lovely. No, I haven't walked this path before. I've ridden. We do an event that goes through that field. We do a fat bike event, and the route goes straight down that field to the road down there, and then we go. Actually, can't quite see it from here. It goes down that middle of that field, across the road, down a lane. There's a little house down there with a lovely little pond, and then we go up the other side towards Shabill, where the masts are. So we'll be doing that in a couple of weeks' time for our fat bike ride, fat bike festival, Fat Fest, once a year. It's another thing I'm doing. And I rode that the other day. That's really good. Yes. Anyway, carry on a bit further. We must be close to halfway now. Might have to have a sandwich in a minute. Starting to get a bit peckish. Some coffee and I've got a pasty somewhere. Quite fancy that. Find a spot to stop. Not a bad spot for a sandwich. Or a Ginster's pasty. Looking over the wheat. Just see the ears of wheat. Look at that. Don't know how lucky you are, do you, when you're in the countryside. Skylark twittering. Got a nice cup of tea, coffee. Feed your corgi. Got a bit of sausage. That trail's inviting, isn't it? get enough of this. Sorry this video is a bit repetitive.
God, that's a bit. Hello.
Do not feed the horses.
They've got no rub in there.
Let me, they look like I do with a bit of wheat. Oh, a lot of grass in there. They look pretty peckish to me, these two. But whatever you do, don't give them any grass. Yeah, you don't see that very often, do you? Planting a new hedge. Actually putting a hedge into a field rather than taking one out. It's nice to see. Tidy field, isn't it?
Baby, come round here. Baby. Come round here.
Mm. I haven't seen a sign, but I'm guessing this could be Colesbourne. Right. I'm going to do a little comment now on things. We often we go out, or when we're out and about, or hear stuff about politics and what you want to do and what you this, that, and the other. And we often think, why on earth? See that field there? I know it's for nature, but why don't they grow vegetables? So there's a village we've just passed, which doesn't have a shop, has nothing. You have all these fields. What we should have is this country should have a government that says, right, we're going to go local. And when I say local, I mean you grow your food, every bit of food that you need for your local area, say within 10 square or 5 square miles of your house. You grow the food within 5 square miles of your house. So there'll be a small holding or a farm, or a what they used to call a market garden, that would grow the vegetables for that area. This is what the government should be doing. At the moment we are suffering, every single one of us is suffering from climate change. All we hear at the moment is it's going to rain tomorrow. Rain, 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 too hot, it's getting hotter, it's getting wetter. There's people dying abroad, there's monkeys falling out of trees dead because of the heat abroad. It's on the news yesterday. There's planes that are suffering from terrific turbulence, far that is not seen before. All these things are related, but we don't do anything about it. Governments do nothing about it, got their heads in the sand. You don't have to ban everything. All you need is a new way of thinking, which means instead of importing your carrot from another country, like the government's, oh, we've done a deal with Australia for something or other. What? Why are we shipping whatever it is all the way across the world when we can have it here? We grow our own, we have our own meat, we have our own vegetables, we can do everything. Look at that field, we have everything. That's oilseed rape. That's all it is. Nothing else. So all these fields you see around with crops, acres and acres of the same thing, should be divided up. Which, instead of this Rishi Sunak plan to have everybody join and do national service, what you should have is you should have a national campaign of farming, starting farming again, and the farm should only supply direct to its local community. All of the farms around the country should be directed to plant food for the local area only. That includes corn, wheat, barley, because you know we buy muesli and stuff like that, and all of it comes from abroad. It should be grown locally. Wheat should be grown locally to make bread. So these are the things that are missing from all of the government talk and chit-chat. No one ever talks about this. But why? Because the big companies, the big food companies and the drugs companies won't make enough money. They'll lose money. But you know, we need governments that don't kowtow to those big businesses. Anyway, that's my 2 penneth. And the same goes for manufacturing. We should be manufacturing local. We should be investing in local companies to make local products that we actually need, not local junk imported in great container ships of just junk that no one really needs. Concentrate on the things we do need and make them local to the people that want them. You'd have local industry. All these kids that they say are in trouble now and need to go into national service could be employed locally like we used to be when we left school. We all went into proper jobs when we left school. Anyway, I'm going to end there. So that's my thoughts on it. Right, we're nearly back. It's just the Colesbourne. This is where we started. So there we go, that's the end of our walk. Done about maybe 6 miles. Lovely. Back to the motor. Right, that's it. That was good, wasn't it?
6 miles.
Like that, baby.
She's just been a big puddle, so that was she's
Yeah, hopefully she's cleaned herself. She was plastered just now. Right. Okay. I'll catch you later.